Hey guys, I'm Mike. This is Game Night with Mike, and I'm back with another flying tutorial. This one's going to be on how to fly a helicopter, specifically, in this case, the UH-1H, the Huey that you can find in a lot of different Dayz maps. First thing I'm going to do is obviously to hop into the pilot seat, and you can see here that's what the controls on the inside look like. But it's pretty easy to get off the ground. All you want to do is hit the Q key, that throttle key. Q is the default throttle key on the Arma 2 and on Dayz, and that's going to get the engine spinning. Go ahead and keep your finger on that key to get the helicopter, the rotor spinning fast enough to get it off the ground, and it will take a few seconds to spin up. Once you get it up off the ground, you can start flying. You want to use the W, A, S, and D keys to move forward and back for W and S, and A and D to tilt left and right. And so you can see here right now I'm using the W and A key and the D key to sort of level out my flight, and now I'm pulling back on the S key to slow my forward momentum. You can also use the pedal keys, X and C. C to go to the right, to swing around to the right, and X to swing around to the left. Those don't work very well when the helicopter is moving forward quickly, so you want to be relatively still in the air when you're doing that. Alright, now for landing. The helicopters, like the Little Bird and the Huey, offer a pretty easy way to land. Once you get close to where you want to land, you can see here I'm moving forward at a pretty fast pace. I'm going to pull back using the S key to slow my forward momentum. And after I do that, once I get slowed down some, I'm going to turn on auto hover in the scroll wheel selection. Auto hover is a nice little feature in the helicopters that will automatically make the helicopter just sit there wherever you are, and will try to keep the helicopter at the same location, both in terms of distance above the ground and in terms of left, right, forward, and back movement. And so whenever the helicopter is in auto hover mode, it's more difficult to move it forward, back, and side to side. You can, but the helicopter will fight against you to compensate for that. But you can use that to maneuver around in tight places. So if you want to set down in a very small area, you can turn on auto hover and then use A, D, W, and S, or your mouse to move left, right, and forward and back. The other way to land is without auto hover, and this can be done in a tight spot if you're a good pilot, but I suggest using autopilot for the first while until you get used to flying the helicopter. In order to land without it, though, one of the cool things is that the Huey can actually land with some forward momentum. So you see here we're going nice and fast. I'm going to pull back hard to brake, and then I'm going to use the Z key, that down throttle, to set us down to get us closer to the ground. And you can see the Huey is still going forward at a decent clip. We're going to slow down just a little bit more and then bring us down. And you notice that the Huey, whenever we hit the ground, will stop relatively quickly, but it can still slide at a decent pace on those skids. So that's how you go ahead and get it down. And before you get out, obviously, you want to turn the engine off before you hop out of the Huey. So that's a quick lesson on how to fly the Huey. The Huey and the Little Bird are the most common helicopters you're going to find on Dayz maps, and they are fairly easy to fly. Just remember to use auto hover judiciously as often as you can, and use it even in situations where you think you might not need it, because it can save your butt whenever something's going wrong with the aircraft. So that's a quick lesson on how to fly the Huey, on how to fly a helicopter in Dayz. I'm Mike. This is Game Night with Mike. I'll be back again with another video very soon.